Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, just to get quickly into it, I'm going to be upgrading the fuel injectors on the Civic Type R. Alright, first things first, I'm going to remove the battery. This could be kind of a tedious process. I've done it a couple times already. Well, not a couple times. I've done it once before. I've taken this entire fuel system apart before, just double checking everything because I had an issue before in the past, but it wasn't the fuel system, it was just the tune. But first things first, I'm going to remove the battery. I'm going to remove the positive terminal and the negative terminal, and I'm going to take the tie down off. So real quick, it's just 10 millimeter here. Just loosen that, unplug this here, and then 10 millimeter here as well. All right. All right, got the negative terminal now removed, positive, wiggle you out. I'm having troubles with these damn things. All right, that's pretty much out of the way there. Started loosening up this bad boy for the tie down, so I can get the rest by hand. All right, that's that stuff. All right, now that we got the battery out of the way, we're gonna move the battery tray so we can have some more wiggle room with the boost pipe here when I take it off the throttle body over there. All right, let's get to it. It's just some 10 millimeters down here, and then we have a 12 here, 12 right here, and another 12 here. And then it should come right off. All right, so I just started taking this off, but as you can see, I took all the 10s that are on top of here off, and then the 3 12s that are here connected to the side of the car, and it should just, the tray should just come right up and out of the way. Now I'm just gonna try to keep it as organized as possible with all these bolts. So here are all the nuts and bolts here to the battery tray, and I'm gonna put that aside and pair it up with this so I remember that these go back on the tray here. So next up, I'm going to remove the valve cover, I guess cover, out of the way, and it's just a bunch of 10s here. Easy enough. Alrighty, I know it might be starting to get a little tedious here now, but trying to go step by step here just to make it easier for you guys when you decide to do this, so you're not as intimidated. It's really not that bad. So next I'm going to take this clip off here, off the boost pipe sensor, and then I'm gonna remove the intercooler piping from the throttle body here. You could either use Phillips head for these, or they're 10 millimeters as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna pop that off real quick. I got the coupler out of the way, and I just want to let you guys know these couplers suck. I've had one before. If you follow me on IG, you'll know that I had one and it tore right here in the center. I guess they're just prone to it. You know, they get hot, and then they get cold, and they get kind of like stiff, and eventually the boost kind of just cracks them or whatever, or over time between the heat in the engine and then it cooling down, it kind of corrodes the rubber and makes it kind of stiff and brittle, and yeah, they end up cracking. I'm gonna try to figure out a solution for this eventually. It's just a coupler, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know how big this side is, but maybe 2 inches, 2.5, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, got the coupler removed. Way get enough swing to move this out. I did remove the bracket that was on here on the boost pipe that connects to the side of the engine over here. I moved this before, or I removed it before when I did the fuel pump, the high pressure fuel pump, so I never just bothered to put it back. But our next step here is we're gonna remove these 14s, I believe, out of the throttle body here. All right, there's just 4 of them. We're gonna take that off, and throttle body comes right out. Cool. The throttle body is still connected on the sensor. Like, I still have the clip. Kind of a pain in the ass to remove. And also the coolant hoses are still routed to the throttle body. I have not deleted those. I'm not gonna do it today. I don't feel like dealing with coolant, so let's get to it. All right, got the 4 bolts removed. Also keep in mind for the throttle body, I'm not sure if we can see it from here. Kind of, okay. So this little bracket here, just be careful. It's kind of out of focus right now. Right here, I'm touching it. Be careful, it's behind the manifold, and careful not to drop these, because this is how your bolts kind of mate onto the intake manifold. So try not to lose these. So take the 4 bolts out, and then carefully remove these, get these out of the way, and put them to the side. I like to keep everything together so I don't lose anything. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start removing everything off the top of the intake manifold. I know you don't see the vacuum pipe that I had here, the bracket here that was connected to these hoses before. I just removed the vacuum pipe back here the last time I did this, just to clean things up. And I just rerouted the, it looks a little stupid, but whatever, I like it. I just rerouted the vacuum hose that was originally going to this bracketry here that was on a the vacuum pipe that would then go to here. But I just turned the T and just routed it straight to this. So I don't have this anymore. But yeah, start taking things off. Like, take the sensor off here, and this one as well. All right, just start taking these off, and then we should be able to start taking off the intake manifold bolts. There's not that many. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the intake manifold should come off. But let's take all this stuff off. There's also a sensor over here that you got to remove, and then some vacuum hoses as well. All right, I'll try to go over everything once I get it all pulled apart and give you a better idea as to what needs to come off and what can stay. All right, just so I don't get too far ahead of myself. So what I've done so far is I removed these vacuum hoses here. I removed this one, this hose here that goes in the back of the valve cover, behind the valve cover down here. Can't really see. Remove this one here as well. What else? This one's kind of a pain in the ass to get out. Last time I did this, I ended up just leaving this on here, and I was able to lift up the manifold. These are really on there, man. Like, I take the clip off and I try to take the hose off. They're just so, like, almost like dry rotted on there, so tight, and I'm unable to get it off. But I'll probably just leave this one on there, because again, I wasn't able to last time, and I ended up actually ripping it. I'm trying so many times, but we'll see. See if I can maybe get it from here. I don't know. But so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take off all the intake manifold bolts and nuts, and there's actually one at the bottom of the manifold down here. I could feel it, but I can't really show you. It's another 12. Kind of a pain in the butt to get out, but definitely doable from up top of the car. You don't need to get under it. All right, cool. So next thing you'll see is the manifold off the car. All right, make sure you take off all the sensors. The sensor came off. There's one here. I also came over here, moved this little bracket thing out of the way. So I remember last time it was kind of in the way of like the fuel rail. There's like a sensor on there, and this bracket was kind of in the way of that the last time I did this. All right, cool. So let's get back to it. All right, y'all, got a little carried away. Forgot to pick up the camera, but I just removed the intake manifold. That is off. And then I've also removed the high pressure fuel line, the hard line here as well. That is removed from here in the fuel rail down there. And there goes my friend Duck, who flew on top of my car the last time. All right, this is off. I use a rag here to kind of catch some of the fuel, as you can see, because some fuel is gonna obviously come out of the fuel rail there. Let me just pop this. Yeah, it comes right off back there. Okay. Take this little thing off. It's for the heat. Okay. Grab my rag. All right, so that's off. Next step is to take off the actual fuel rail. And sometimes it'll actually come off with the injectors. You gotta remember to also take off the clips down here, 4 of them, and then there's one more sensor here that you got to take off. As you can see, there's this sensor here. It can be a little tricky. It has this yellow tab here. What you do is you kind of just grab it with 2 fingers and you pull it back, and then you should be able to take this bad boy off. Should, right? Come on. There we go. Cool. And then obviously take off the injector clips here. which these could also be a pain in the ass to remove as well. Gonna need 2 hands. All right, guys, not gonna lie. These clips that are on the injectors are a pain in the ass to get off. This shit is so freaking tight, and it literally was hurting my fingers. Anywho, I got all 4 of them off, finally. All that's really left now is just to take off these 10 millimeters here. There's 2 on each injector, and yeah, this shit should come right off with the injectors. Some might be stuck, but you can always just shimmy them out. And I'm literally still waiting on my my injectors to come in the mail, but they should be here sometime between now and the next 30-45 minutes to an hour. So we are halfway there, guys. Took all the bolts off the fuel rail here. Now it's just a matter of taking it out, which could be a pain in the butt. There we go. Just a good couple shakes and leaking fuel. Great. Everything's all going down there. Okay. Gave it a good couple shakes and it is officially out. All right, guys, now the next step is just to get the new injectors on there. All right, here are the injectors. They are from Fk8 Tuning and Development. Big shout out to John. I spoke with him briefly, and he was able to get these injectors out to me as quick as possible. They're actually on back order, but I ordered them while they're on back order, and they shipped out 2 days later. So thank you so much for the fast shipping and getting these out to me. Hopefully we'll be ready for the track day on Saturday. All right, guys. 1400cc injectors from Fk8 Tuning and Development. I'm going in the car now. All right, old injectors. All you got to really do to remove them from the fuel rail is kind of like twist and pull them down or out or whatever. And then remember, use this crap here, this metal clip here. You're gonna reuse these and swap these over to the new injectors as well. So don't forget that step. All right, folks. New injectors are in. I am not gonna bore you on the installation process because it's basically just the reverse order of what we just did, taking everything apart. So hopefully in the next clip I can get the car started. If not, I'll just end the video here and then kind of maybe go over any tuning notes that are needed to get these injectors to run properly in your car. All right, cool. All right, we got everything buttoned back up. Let's see if it starts. We might need to do something with Honda, but we'll find out. The boy Carlos came by and helped me out. Let's see. Just gonna prime it a couple times. No leaks.
Right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You ready? And she starts. She smells kind of rich though. Huh? She smells rich. All right. Literally taking it on his first test drive right now with the boy Carlos, man. He's everywhere. The boy's everywhere, bro. Everywhere. It runs smooth as shit, bro. It's like, it doesn't even feel like I swapped out injectors, bro. I didn't do anything on Honda either. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was informative to you, and hopefully it makes you a little bit more comfortable for when you do your injector swap on your car / upgrade, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Until next time, peace, be easy, stay safe.